your volumes down where you get feedback, Jay.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, Martina. Says we're live. Okay.
Are we live?
Yeah.
All right.
So we did it without the Gen Z setting up the camera.
Well, I don't know. I think your wife had to make a call to Brigade. Thank you, Brigade. Even though you're not here, we thank you for helping us.
You know the new generation's called Alpha?
Is that
Yeah,
right?
millennials to Gen Z to Alpha?
Oh, no, that's scary.
Come on.
No, that's scary. Maybe this is the last generation, Alpha and Omega.
I'm just saying. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
maybe that's
At
prophetic.
least it's not Omega.
Yeah, well, we know
When
who-
this girl came in, she told me, she said, my generation's Alpha. I went, Alpha?
You should say, and I am.
I am.
So, how's your week going?
My week is very eventful. Salon and New Wigs and Wishes buildings coming like wildfire. So that's been exciting.
And you're getting rid of your roles. I told you 2 years would be max.
I
but
did. I put the
you
rolls
never
first
keep
up
a
for
car
sale.
more than 2 years. You know that?
I wanted
It
to,
does.
yeah.
You. And my daughter's the same way, Pastor Blake. Every 2 years, I always make a joke. I say to the boys, well, your mom's time's coming up. I said, she's going to get herself a new car and she'll figure it out. She'll do some sort of project. Like she wanted to make money, so she sold her Alpha and she bought a car that's a little older so she could put money in her bank. But she'll have a project every 2 years to sell a car. She'll figure it out.
Hey. It
Sounds
is what
about
it is.
How about you, Gianna? How's your week going?
It's going. We're doing good over here. We got a baby with a little half tooth.
half tooth?
Hillbilly baby.
Oh,
buddy.
Hillbilly Eggley.
So we're dealing with a little teething pain, but we're getting through it.
What about
There
you,
you go.
Pastor Blake?
Yeah.
How was
It's,
your week?
hey, it's going great. Like, I think everything's moving forward, and it's been a good week. You know, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy.
That's always a good week.
They're nice
Yeah.
when you have those weeks.
Yeah.
Well, I have a slam week because next week everything has to be out of the gallery, and then I have a rehearsal tonight and a wedding on Saturday. Have a funeral next Saturday, and it's just been crazy. But so many good divine appointments.
That's great.
Yeah. So
Well, in the meantime,
anyway, yeah.
welcome to Hijack Life Live, aka The Other View, where we believe that God rescues the dreams that have been shattered by the cruelties and injustices of life. Pastor Bruce, what is today's subject?
Well, we started to look at heaven. Remember, what did it look like? And then all these questions come in. Am I going to recognize? Am I going to recognize my husband or my wife? And what am I going to look like? And what are we going to be doing in heaven? Are we just going to be like hanging out at the throne and just praying and worshiping all day
Sure.
long?
Yeah.
And so all these questions began to just pile in on us, right?
Excuse me one second.
Yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead.
That's what happens when people are late.
What's that?
Horizon's late.
Verizon's like. So I just thought over the next 3 weeks, we looked at 1 week. This week, we're going to look specifically at what will we do in heaven? Because that's another question. What am I going to
Yeah,
do?
that's a pretty common question,
Right.
especially from Christians of all ages. Like, you find hope in Jesus, and then you start thinking about it a little bit, and it's natural to think like, well,
What are we going
what's
to
that
do?
going to be like?
And for
Yeah.
eternity, what are we
I've
going to do?
never
right?
been able to imagine. I always feel like I'm going to be bored. Like I can't envision heaven.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's one of the last points. So
Mhm.
we're going to pick up, and then we're going to look at next week. We're going to look at will we recognize one another? Will we have a body? All those questions that people ask. So we'll continue this for one more week.
Yeah.
But anyway, so my thoughts are when somebody asks you, Gianna, so what are we going to do in heaven? What's your thoughts without looking at the notes, without looking at our study? What would you have? How would you have responded?
Be welcomed by Jesus. Sit with Jesus.
All right. Anything else?
No pain,
Okay.
happiness, forgiveness.
All right. What about you, Martina?
Worship the King of Kings, lay our crowns at His feet. All the songs and stuff that we hear and stuff. That's why I think I'll be bored.
Because you're going to. That only takes a second to do that, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, forever and ever and ever. Like, whew.
All right. Well, yeah.
It's a
Well,
long
Pastor
time.
A
Blake,
long time.
It's better than the alternative, but it's a long time.
Pastor Blake's got a little more biblical knowledge.
Yeah.
So what are your
Well,
thoughts?
okay, so before we just studied it like deeply, I would have answered, man, it's just going to be a good party. Like, it's going to be a good party. You know, like, there's some ceremonies to the party, but it's going to be a good party. And then the more I studied, the more I really realized, man, we're going to be doing what God originally created us to do.
Yes.
That's my response to people now,
Uh-huh.
but in perfection.
Yeah, which means there's an earth we're going to take care of.
Yeah.
And there's a heaven that we're going to have access to.
Super cool.
So it is cool. So
I'm
let's.
wondering how we get back and forth. Like, I have all
Oh
those
yeah, that's
things,
part
like,
of my thoughts. too.
happening.
Is it
New heaven, new
if
earth?
there's a
you know,
new earth, are we going to have a real body like that eats and goes to the bathroom?
No, but you will have a real body.
But you don't eat.
Well, we'll look at that next week.
Oh,
We'll do
man.
that.
We're
You're
not-
killing me, God. You're killing me.
We're not eating. It's not heaven.
No, that's right. We know we're eating, baby.
You're killing me, Lord.
Hey, listen, the angels eat manna, so we're going to eat.
We got to get better than just that.
Oh
Right?
yeah, we'll be complaining like the Israelites. I got this stick of manna for 40 years. Come on, give me something else. Anyway, so let's start to read. So number one, what's the first
Yeah,
thing
I
we do?
mean, we will worship. Yeah, you know, I mean, we definitely will worship. It's similar to how we worship down here, but
Okay.
even in a more perfected, glorified state. John in Revelation says this: Then I looked and heard the voice of many angels, numbering thousands upon thousands and 10,000s times 10,000. They encircled the throne and the living creatures and the elders. In a loud voice they sang, "Worthy is the Lamb who was slain to receive power and wealth and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and praise."
Hold, wait, 1 second. So you said there was going to be a party. Look at the people.
Yeah.
Tens of thousands upon thousands, all surrounding the throne. Now that's a party,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And there's still structure like that, which
Yeah.
is unique and interesting. It's like a whole nother dive in that I'm sure, you know, you'll get to one day. And then I heard every creature in heaven and on earth and under the sea, under the earth and on the sea, and all that is in them singing, "To him who sits on the throne and to the Lamb be praise and honor and glory and power forever and ever." The four living creatures said, "Amen." And the elders fell down and worshipped.
Yeah, let's take a moment. So under the earth, at this point, are those slain during the Great Tribulation.
Right.
They're the ones that are under the earth. Otherwise, there's nobody under the earth,
Mhm.
except for those reserved for hell.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway, but that's another subject. Let's keep going.
It's a whole nother, right? You could spend weeks on just that, right?
Yeah.
Revelation continues as John writes, after this I looked, and there was before me a great multitude that no one could count, from every nation, tribe, people, and language. I think it's one of the most encouraging
Yeah.
verses ever.
Yeah.
Standing before the throne in the front of the Lamb. And they cried out in a loud voice, "Salvation belongs to our God, who sits on the throne, and to the Lamb."
Yeah, so remember, our worship here on earth is just a foretaste of what it's going to be in heaven and what we will do in heaven. First, we will worship. So, Martino, what's the second aspect of our being in heaven? Hi, handsome. Look at you smile.
Say hi to Pastor Bruce.
Look at you. Look at you. You're so
Well, Hebrews 12:22 says, "But you have come to Mount Zion, to the heavenly Jerusalem, the city of the living God. You have come to thousands upon thousands of angels in joyful assembly to the church of the firstborn whose names are written in heaven, to the spirits of the righteous men made perfect."
So imagine having an unlimited opportunity to fellowship with people from all ages. Think of this.
Yeah.
From all ages. From Adam and Eve,
Wow.
clear up to when Jesus comes. We're going to get to meet
I want to meet Moses.
all these people. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I want to meet Moses.
Yeah. I want to meet Daniel, like the greatest politician to ever live. How do you span 5 kingdoms and you're in a foreign
Gifted.
country and you're the enemy in a sense, and,
Yeah.
and yet you survive and get to the top and under every empire. It's crazy. But anyway, Gianna, what's the next? So we're going to wait. We're going to worship. We're going to fellowship. Now, what are we going to do?
We will serve. Revelation 7:15, 22:3. They, those who come through of the great tribulation, are before the throne of God and serve him day and night in his temple. No longer will there be any curse. The throne of God and of the Lamb will be in the city, and his servants will serve him.
You said that before we ever looked at the notes, right? No curse. basically,
And no pain.
and no pain, right? So God is not only worthy of our worship, he's also worthy to be served. And if we are to serve God in heaven, then that must mean that God has tasks prepared for us, right? What is a serve? Serving is doing a task. And Ephesians 2:10 says, for we are God's, I never thought of this way before. For we are God's workmanship, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. We always think of that purely as something that we do on earth.
Right. And it's both. Yeah.
But it's both. He's prepared, maybe you'll be running a salon in heaven.
Oh, please. That would be hell.
Do they? Yeah.
We still frozen?
I don't know how we froze.
Looks like we're good.
Oh,
All right.
we're good. All right.
So isn't that funny? And I love it because that's the last line through the whole song. And ultimately, doesn't it come down to that?
That's the truth.
We serve the
Yeah.
Lord or we serve the devil.
Well,
Yeah.
whom do you serve right now? Your teacher? Your parents? Your boss? Perhaps the governor or president? Well, no matter whom you serve right now, if you're a believer, get ready for a promotion because you are good at serving the God of heaven.
All right. So, Gianna, Brigade's not here. We miss you,
Okay.
Brigade. So why don't you read his line?
We will work.
Oh, we will work. That's
Great.
I knew that was
Just what I want to hear.
But, yeah.
Mark's
No,
excited.
could you picture? It's
Yes.
therapeutic.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Come on. Look at these people that retire and they don't work. They die in like a year. They're gone.
Well, that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Come on.
We were designed
All right.
to work.
Rebuke your husband. Okay, we will work. Come on, Gianna.
We read this about the new heavens and the new earth in Isaiah 65:21 through 23. They will build houses and dwell in them. They will plant vineyards and eat the fruit. My chosen ones will long enjoy the works of their hands. They will not toil in vain or bear children doomed to misfortune, for they will be a people blessed by the Lord.
So our work is not over when we leave this world. We were created to work and to find fulfillment in our work. So let's go to Genesis. It says PB, but I want you to read it since you didn't want to work when you got to heaven.
Yeah. Remember, in the book of Genesis, God's command to work came before the curse for sin.
Yes.
Right now, we don't always enjoy work because God put a curse on work. For example, weeds and thorns and all that nonsense, right?
Yeah, and people in the chair
Yeah.
that complain, and then after you cut their hair, they don't like what you did or whatever. Come on.
Yeah. What you mad? Yeah, you were mom.
Yes,
You
you
were
are.
busy?
I'm hungry.
You hungry?
What's happening?
So God put a curse on work and turned it into toil and labor. But Isaiah 65 verse 23 says, we will no longer toil in vain. And Revelations 23:3 says, no longer will there be any curse. Amen. to
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
So work will be a joy.
Yeah. Yeah. The Bible tells us in Philippians 1:6, he who begun a good work in you will carry it to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. God's work may be completed in you when Christ returns, right? I mean, Jesus gives us the prelude at the cross when he says it is finished.
Mhm.
But that doesn't mean our work is done. In fact, it's kind of the exact opposite. It means when we get to heaven, our true work, the purpose in which God created us for, begins. And so you've graduated with all the knowledge, skills, dependence, all of that you need to start your new life in heaven. You're satisfied, fully fulfilled, glorified life. And
We'll be complete.
it's beautiful.
Everything
Yeah.
we need that we miss here, we'll have there.
It's absolutely incredible to think of when God had me in mind before the construction or before the entrance of sin, when God had me or you or Mark, G, baby Israel in mind, but before sin entered. That's what he had in mind. Like that's what he
It's
was
impossible to fathom that.
creating. You
No,
can't.
No
you can't.
Karens
Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah,
no,
they're all out
like,
there.
Right.
Is there anyone named Karen?
I mean, that's probably the biggest Karen.
There's there's a great book, Prized by Hope. It
Did
says
you ever read
this.
the book?
Oh yeah, N.T. Wright's
Oh, I haven't read
great.
it. No.
it says this: there will be a work to do that we will relish doing. All the skills and talents we have put to God's service in this present life, and perhaps too the interests and likings we gave up because they conflicted with our vocation. I love that line.
I do too.
That perhaps all of the interests and likings we gave because they conflicted with our vocation will be enhanced and ennobled and given back to us to be exercised glory. Why not? Because we have eternity.
And that's our opening.
Welcome to Hijack Life Live, where we believe God rescues the dreams that have been shattered by the cruelties and injustices of life.
Isn't that cool?
It's cool.
So I think that's what, when I read that, I thought, we say that every time we open Hijack Life Live.
Yeah.
That maybe if they're not restored here, they will be in eternity.
Hey, is there going to be wine in heaven?
Oh, yeah, the best.
I believe so.
No cheap stuff. Remember when Jesus made
Let's
it?
get it started. Let's get it started.
And you know what'll be nice? We'll have to worry about drinking too much. Because the curse is gone and there's no regrets. And there's no sorrow. So the notes for today's live feed were from Clarence L. Hayes Jr. Rick did a really nice job. And there's so much more. I think we need to finish up next week. So, Gianna, can you do that while you feed?
Sure.
Okay.
She's
Just
a mom.
read
She's got all of it.
what we're going to look at next Thursday in terms of what will heaven be like. What will we do?
We will rest.
Mhm.
We will rule. We will not be bored. We will not be hurt or hurt. We will not be hungry or thirsty. We will not mourn or cry. We will not sin or die. We will not live in shame. And we will not with regrets.
Well, that sounds like a great place.
Yeah. So a lot of good stuff next week. Viewers, any thoughts on today? Do we
Yeah.
have any thoughts?
Dr. Weiss really wrote something long for me to share this whole entire.
No.
It's going to be a lot, but
maybe just a thought or two.
heaven is not an equal opportunity employer. It's all based on the Bema seat rewards for each individual.
That's a subject in itself. Though here's an interesting subject. I love his thought.
He wants to join us one day. You know,
Yeah.
he is a is it Messianic Jew?
Okay.
So he's
Okay.
Christian.
So in a sense, though, it is, because if you remember, everybody that lived on earth according to their ability
Mhm.
received the same reward.
Yeah.
Well done, good and faithful servant. Whether they got 1 talent, 2
Right,
talents, or
right.
3 talents.
Responsibility won't be the same.
Yes.
Maybe he should rephrase
Yes.
that as
The
reward is the
responsibilities
same,
will
but
be given.
role is different. Maybe
Yeah.
reward is the same, role is different.
Right.
Might be a way to put that.
Yeah.
Because
we would have to read what he
yeah,
wrote.
yeah,
thoroughly,
yeah,
because
sure,
he,
sure.
he,
I mean, he's a scholar.
yeah, and he
It's
takes his
pretty
time.
long. We'll
Yeah.
sit down and read it.
But anyway, for those of you who are viewing, certainly read Dr. Reese's thoughts. Any others today?
Just a few people watching.
Okay, good.
Well, listen, remember to share, like, and if you have any comments or questions, feel free to either DM us or put it in the comments. If you'd like a copy of today's transcript, you can also do that as well, and PB will make sure he gets it to you. Pastor Blake, since you're here today, I will
Yeah,
ask
man.
you what is happening this weekend at the Gloucester County
Well,
Community
it's
Church.
been an awesome summer for us. Like, I mean, it's been full
No,
for the
you've
summer,
done really
which
well.
is
Yeah.
fantastic. I mean, God's been moving. Like, I'm really excited about where we are as a church. The missions trip to Guatemala is all filled. All the it's
Oh,
like
that's
filled to
awesome.
capacity.
That's great.
We've already raised enough to build 1 home there. And so we're just going to continue through John this week. No contrast calling people Judases or Mary this week. Just we're going to continue through John chapter 12, and really focus on what it means to be a Christian. Like, how do I evaluate my walk? Like, how do I walk right?
Well, if you've never been to the Gloucester County Community Church, it is 9 and 11 on
Right.
Chapel Heights Road in Washington Township. The 11 o'clock is live on Facebook if you're outside of the tri-state area. And don't forget, we have Hijack Life Live t-shirts.
Yes.
One of them says,
Live
for Jesus, and even a bad day will be a good day. One says, why are you telling me that?
And on the back, it says,
Stop gossiping. And me and PB's favorite says,
Hey, I was in the salon and Brigade was wearing that yesterday.
was he?
Yeah.
Hey, he should wear that to work. It says, make life count,
Stop itching and
start blessing.
Yeah, I said, oh, you're wearing your high-tech life shirt. He said,
You know,
"Yeah, I
you
love
notice
it."
Pastor Blake didn't repeat that. But anyway, hey, thanks for watching, and we will give you our proclamation in 3, 2, 1. Live for Jesus, and even a bad day will be a good day. Be blessed, guys.
Have a
We have
wonderful
no
day.
idea how to turn this off, but
I
yeah,
got it.
I'll figure it out. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
No hot mics, guys. No hot mics.